Yeah, it's me, Shay Simon TV. Thank you guys for tuning in to part 2 of my question and answer series. I had so many questions that I had to make a second part for my journalism related questions. So this is all about journalism. If you're a journalism student, if you want to pursue journalism when you get to college, if you don't want to go to college but you still want to be a journalist, or you're just curious as to how journalism works, you have clicked on the right video, and I'm going to answer all of your questions right now. Stay tuned. Question number 1. Why do you want to be a journalist, and what made you interested in journalism? Y'all know I gotta tell y'all a story. Okay, growing up I always said I want to be an actress or a model. So in high school I went to the theater magnet. I knew I wanted to be an actress, Along the way I realized that I wasn't passionate about acting. Everyone around me was getting accepted to these great schools, and they were going to go to New York and be homeless and sleep on the side of the road until they can become an actress and be on the big screen. I saw a reporter on the screen one morning, and she was young, and she was African American, and she spoke well, and she was on TV, and she was telling a story, and I loved it. This story really sounds cliche. Like when I write this on my papers and stuff like this, I always think like they probably think I made it up, but this is literally what happened. I saw an anchor on TV one day, and I said, I can do this. What else are you interested in besides reporting? I love radio. I did radio last fall semester. I had a radio show with Scoop. Shout out to Scoop. I had a radio show with her, and it was like once a week for 3 hours, and it was a segment that I co-hosted with her. I brought the news, and I love radio. I love how casual it is. It's not scripted. It's kind of just like this. I don't think I would ever pursue radio as a career path specifically, but I wouldn't turn down the opportunity to do it in addition to reporting or journalism or being in front of the camera. Okay, the question is, how do I get internships? Apply. You apply. They told us in class the other day that before we graduate, we need to put out 100 applications for jobs, and internships is kind of the same way. You want to be applying for 10 to 15 internships because you might not get one. Like, that's just the reality. A lot of internships ask similar questions, and you can kind of use some of your other answers and like reinvent them and use them for another application. And like everyone asks for standard headshot, resume, contact information. That stuff is kind of repetitive. I have gotten so many no's on internships. I mean, making it to the very last round, knowing it's for me, knowing I'm qualified, just being ready, planning my summer around these internships, and at the end I got a no. And that's the name of the game. You will get no's. The thing about internships is you take that no and you apply again the next summer. You take that no and you apply for 6 more internships to make up for that one no. So yes, internships, apply, and keep applying. Question number 3. Do you have any advice for a student that is transferring to FAMU? This is such a great question. Okay, actually one of my friends is a transfer student, Josh McHale. Being a transfer student does not mean that you are behind.
Being a transfer student does not mean that you are behind.
But as a transfer student, you have to hit the ground running. Since freshman year, I have been in there shadowing, looking, watching, learning, doing the audio board, doing the camera, learning everything I can since freshman year. So if you're coming in as a transfer student and you haven't been able to get that opportunity as a freshman, you need to be there. First day of school, backpack on your back. Hey, is there anybody I can shadow? People aren't going to be seeking you out. People aren't going to be looking for all the transfer students in one place that can help out with this. No, you have to find them, find what you like, find what you want to do, and reach out to them. Start volunteering, start shadowing, and work your way up. My second piece of advice for transfer students would be to find someone to mentor you. That word is kind of iffy. I wouldn't say mentor you, but find someone who's kind of been in the program that can show you the ropes. Okay, So someone told me that they are from Orlando. They're currently in Orlando right now, and they'll be transferring to FAMU in 2018. And is there anything for them to do while they're in Orlando to prepare them for journalism in fall 2018? Shadow and intern. You don't have to be in college to do that. Anything that's journalism that you can put on your resume, go there and see if you can intern or shadow, because you can build your resume before you even get to FAMU. One thing I will say about journalism is that it's all about experience. When you apply for these internships, when you apply for a job after you graduate, they want to know your experience. What have you done? So you can start that now. You can take your iPhone and buy you a tripod and start going places and recording stories and making a reel. So the number one thing in journalism is experience. What is your ideal city to move to and why? I don't know. I just don't know. People ask me this all the time. Well, where do you want to work after you graduate? I don't know. I want to be wherever God wants me to be, and that's really the honest truth. What are some misconceptions about journalism and being a journalist? I am still a college student until I, actually get my first job. I'm still a student journalist, but I will say that the biggest misconception is that this is so glamorous. Like, you just get up in the morning, you do your makeup, you get to be on TV and everything. No. Guys, this summer I interned at West 2 News in Orlando, and it was literally days when it was 100 degrees, and you have to be out there and tell that story when it's 100 degrees. It's hot. It was one day we were at a fire in the rain and we were reporting. I will actually put the link to that video below. But yes, you have to report rain, shine, snow, sleet. So you get out there, you tell those stories, you get those interviews from people who don't want to be interviewed. It's a lot that goes into being a journalist that isn't seen on TV. You have to love it to do it. Okay. What are some tips you have for someone who wants to be like you? I am degular. I'm gonna assume that they mean like be like me, as in be a student journalist, and I would just say work. If you want to be a student journalist, you have to work hard, you have to grind, you have to sacrifice. Be ready to sacrifice and work. This is not glitz and glam. This is not about being cute. This is not about Instagram followers or YouTube views. In order to be like me, you have to work and follow God's will. I don't know. Okay, so one last question that I missed from my last video. How do you pull yourself out of a slump when you're not feeling your best? Pray and go to sleep. I try to call my mom. I think you have to keep the end goal in mind. Know that it's not just you. Everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad moments. Everybody has times where they feel inadequate. Everybody just gets in a slump. They just don't feel like themselves. Everybody has that feeling. It's not just you. So when you do have those feelings, just remember why you started. Remember why you have to keep going. Just think of your reason why. Last question. What type of journalism do you want to do? I want to start out as a reporter, which is the people that are actually on the scene telling the story, and then I would like to work my way up to the anchor desk, which is the people that are inside there at the desk. They say, hello, welcome to your 6 p.m. news. That's the ultimate goal. I hope that I look back at this in a few years and I'm at the anchor desk and I just smile and say, look what God did. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you guys took something from this. I know that I can be a little long-winded, but I hope you guys' questions are answered. And if you have any more, always feel free to comment while you're down there. Like and subscribe so you can see my future videos. I really love you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.
If you was looking at another girl's YouTube channel, would you say, I don't like the lip?
And I think that's the biggest misconception. I think that's the biggest misconception. I think that's the biggest misconception is, I'm so tired of talking. I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know. What is this? I have learned the spirit of bounce back at FAMU.
What about the lip?
No, does it look weird because my lips like match?
No.
Okay. Okay. And I was looking at every school but FAMU, but that's another story for another Q&A. My mouth dry. I'm so tired of talking. Hey, it's me, Shay Simon TV. It's going so well, and my cheeks hurt from smiling. Y'all are asking me better questions than the people I done played 21 questions with. Like, these questions are so good. Oh my goodness.